my friends. Welcome to God Focus this morning. The title of today's episode is Wisdom of God. Proverbs 2:1-5. My son, if thou wilt receive my words, and have my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom, and apply thine heart to understanding. Yea, if thou criest after knowledge, and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver, and searchest for her as hid treasure, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord, and find the knowledge of God. The book of Proverbs is known as the wisdom book. It is full of insights about the heart of God. The journey through the Proverbs will enlighten the path of a Christian to walk in the fear of the Lord. People can have head knowledge of God, but it takes an encounter with Him to have heart knowledge. Those with book knowledge or head knowledge understand portions of the Word, but it will never make an impact on their life until they have an encounter with God. Several places the Word tells us to search for understanding and wisdom. The fear of God is the beginning of knowledge. King Solomon was feeling the weight of becoming king. God spoke to him and told him to ask for what he wanted, and He would give it to him. Solomon asked for wisdom to rule over God's people. God made him the wisest man on earth. He gave him wealth as well because he asked for wisdom and not for monetary gain. There are all different types of wisdom. Some come from experience and others come from book knowledge, but only true wisdom comes from God. God says to receive His word and hide His commandments with us. This is the first step in gaining ground. The more we read and study, the more we have hidden within us, and this makes us turn toward wisdom. We have to seek wisdom as someone that looks for silver or treasure. In its raw form, silver is in the ground. Miners dig for silver, moving tons of dirt just to find it. Then they take it and it is refined in the fire. The fire burns out the impurities as our trials and problems refine us and help us grow as Christians. If we seek knowledge and wisdom like we are digging for treasure, we will find God and the knowledge He wishes for us to have. Proverbs 2:6-9. For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of His mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. He layeth up sound wisdom for righteousness. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keepeth the paths of judgment, and preserveth the way of His saints. Then shalt thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity, yea, every good path. There's a proverb about how ants are wise. They work in the summer and prepare for winter. We work now trying to harvest souls for the kingdom. When Jesus returns, there will not be a harvest again, except for the Jews that are to be saved during the tribulation. We want to take as many people with us to heaven as possible. Today is the day to start. Tomorrow may be too late. People are needing us to gain wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Their very souls could depend on us having the determination to keep pressing forward in prayerful reflection and the study of God's Word. There are all sorts of videos on how to study God's Word. There are more opinions about how to do that than there are translations of the Bible. I've seen videos of a woman that has been doing a Bible study or what they call Bible journaling. Her Bible is now probably 8 inches thick, where she's added pages to it to write scriptures and notes, and they do all sorts of things to make it pretty. If that's what it takes to keep you engaged with the Word, that's wonderful. Me personally, it gives me a touch of anxiety to look at it. I don't know how they find any of their notes the way they do it, but if that works for them, that's great. I actually have a notebook that I do what I call Bible journaling in, and some days I make it pretty. Other days I just have notes. But the main thing is to get the Word in front of your eyes and try to remember the concept of what you just read. Some do memorization, which if that works for you, that's great. But make sure you understand what you're memorizing, or it's just a bunch of words. I often use this for an example. When I was in grade school, we said the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. We could recite it word for word. We didn't have to read it. We knew it by heart. But we didn't understand those words or what they meant until we were older and had some knowledge and understanding of what those words meant. It's not enough to be able to quote the Bible if you don't understand what you're quoting. That example wasn't to discourage you in any way to do memorization, but to encourage you to think about your words. Breathe it in, make it a part of your life in a new and deeper, more meaningful way. Take some time this weekend to think about your study life. Make a study plan and stick to it. The main thing is to have fun with it. Enjoy the presence of God and talk to Him about how everyone in this world right now needs a little more wisdom and a little more understanding. Thanks for watching. Until next time, be bold, be brave, and keep your God focus. Like, share, and subscribe for more encouragement. Have a great weekend.